but that's not their intention. And a lot of times Virgo will ruin their positive intentions with that demeanor coming off like that. You see what I'm saying? Coming in with that, they'll come off wrong. You see what I'm saying? Even though they're trying to help, they don't realize you coming off like you hating on it, like you shouldn't know what somebody doing. You see what I'm saying? Even though it's not what you're trying to do, you trying to make it better. You trying to make sure they top flight. You trying to make sure ain't no errors, ain't nothing in here that anybody can ever dispute. It's the best undisputed. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Virgo, like, we gonna perfect it. Okay, you did it, now we gonna perfect it. You see what I'm saying? You gotta get precise with Mercury. You see what I'm saying? You gotta remember the precision when you're dealing with Virgo. This is Earth. You see what I'm saying? This is Earth Mercury. You know what I'm saying? So Virgo gonna come in and tighten it up. You feel me? Cut away all the extra BS. You see what I'm saying? And get right to the, you know what I mean, potatoes, get right to what you get some good shit, you know what I'm saying? Cut away all the extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Pisces might let some of the extra stuff go. Pisces might let a little couple things be out of place, you know what I'm saying? As character, you know what I'm saying? Virgo ain't gonna do that. Virgo gonna try to get it perfect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do it, yeah, it's good, but let's get it perfect, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to hear that, you know what I'm saying, right? That's not the kind of encouragement that everyone needs, you know what I'm saying? Now, some people do need that, especially people who don't have that earth in their chart, don't have that element, don't have Mercury, can't look at the details. Some people need that, but everybody don't. And that's where, you know what I mean, it started to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's where you start to rub people the wrong way. Like, why you always got to come in with the negative? Like, why you always got to be the one to point it out, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Why you always got to be the one to point it out? You know what I'm saying? Everybody saw it, but you got to be the one to point it out. Like, you'll get that with Mercury. You'll get that with Virgo. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you feel me, they were only trying to make it better, you know what I'm saying? Even though they came out, even though they criticized, you know, they were trying to make it better. Their intentions were good, you know what I'm saying? They were intending to help the situation, you know what I'm saying? They usually are. So that's what, like I said, them Pisces and Virgo meet in the middle, where they're both very good supporters, they're very good helpers. It's very important to them, you know what I'm saying? They always want to be providing something for the situation, and you know what I'm saying? And with Virgo being in the first half, you know what I'm saying? And this Virgo, they have a little bit, since they're leading into the second half, you'll see this starting to weigh on them a little bit, where they're trying to incorporate others, but they're still in the first half, so it's really still about them, you know what I'm saying? But they're going into that second half, so they're starting to contemplate. That's why you see Virgos trying to link up, but they ain't really... They can't figure out exactly why the other person ain't getting what they program, and they trying to figure out why their relationships ain't working because you want them motherfucker to get on your program and you ain't realizing it because you thinking you compromising. That's that leading into the second half shit. You know what I'm saying? That Virgo. So, like I said, a lot of the times, you know what I mean, the support that a Pisces provide will be appreciated more than the one that Virgos provide, you know what I'm saying, the help that they provide, just based on how they provide it, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, Pisces is going to be that Jupiter, you know what I'm saying, they may not be as precise, but they're going to give you that encouragement, they're going to get you hyped, they're going to get you going, you know what I'm saying, they're going to give you that hope, they're going to give you that, you know what I'm saying, that belief in what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, they're going to encourage you and provide that type of support, versus the Virgo who's going to criticize, you know what I'm saying, and point out, and get you right, though, cut it down, get it precise, you know what I'm saying, but that's where they'll differ. So that's where a Pisces will start to annoy, you know what I'm saying, the Virgo, because the Pisces, like I said, they'll let some things go, you know what I'm saying, they don't need every single piece in line, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got no creativity, they ain't got no life, they ain't got no flair, you know, and Neptune is, you know what I mean, Pisces need a little flair, you know what I mean, ain't nobody, I don't want everything exactly in place, I know that ain't got no life to it, I need someone with some character, like, I don't need you coming in, Virgo, chopping away all my creativity, you feel me, and making it too formulaic. I don't need you doing that, you feel me? I did it this way for a reason, you see what I'm saying? It ain't not make sense to you, but trust me, it's gonna come together, you feel me? Have faith, have beliefs. See, sometimes Virgos don't have enough faith, you see what I'm saying, where they can get that from their opposition, you see what I'm saying? That's where they can learn from their opposition. They gotta have a little more faith, a little more belief. Everything can't always line up how you see it lining up, you feel me? You can't always touch every single piece, you feel me? With that Mercury, you want to touch every single piece, you want to make sure every little piece is in line, you want to line up everything, you see what I'm saying? This is Earth, so you practically trying to do it, and with every little thing in your life, you can't do that. Some things are just out of your control, you see what I'm saying? It's unnecessary stress on yourself, you see what I'm saying? If you just let it be, you feel me? Sometimes the pieces may land, you know what I mean, bigger, better, brighter than you even see it happening, you see what I'm saying? But you gotta let it happen. That's what Virgos get in their own way. They don't let stuff happen, you feel me? They'll ruin it, like. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. It is what it is. They'll ruin it. They won't let it happen. They'll be too trying to, like I said, too much of a stickler. Too much, you gotta have things in their place. Too analytical. Too in their heads, you see what I'm saying? To let things just play out. Whereas that Pisces can go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? It can go with the flow a little bit more. They can ride the wave a little bit more. It's alright if a couple things out of place. It's alright if you don't get up at the same time every day. It's alright, babe. You see what I'm saying? It's alright. You see what I'm saying? You overslept. It's cool. It is what it is. Everything will be alright. You go with the flow a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? And that'll irritate the Virgo. Where it's like, bro, you were supposed to be here at this time. I was here 10 minutes before that time. You see what I'm saying? And you go show up 15 minutes after that time. You see what I'm saying? And then go do something else once you get there and not even jump right to what you were supposed to be doing. Like, so that's what it is. Start to clash here. But it's like the Pisces ain't worried about how it get done as long as it get done. You see what I'm saying? The Virgo worried about exactly how it got done, exactly who did it, which place was here, how did you do it. No. Did it get done? That's what the Pisces bigger picture. Did it get done? You see what I'm saying? I don't care if it got done in the right time frame. Did it get done? Was it right? Okay, the end. I don't care nothing about how you want it done, how you seen it coming out. Did it get done? Was it done properly? Not the way you want it to be done. Was it done properly? Did it get done the way it needed to be done? Not the way you think it should be done, and then your procedure. And your rules and regulations, is it done? See, because you know Virgos, how they ways of doing things, how they think should be done, but it ain't got nothing to do with the actual rules they need to be done. That's just how they think it need to be done. You know what I'm saying? They get caught up in routine real quick. Being an earth sign, that routine, you know what I'm saying? And then with Mercury, it's every little detail. So you got every little detail down in the routine. You got every little minute planned, every little thing scheduled. Like, no, Pisces ain't on there. Pisces gonna let it flow. I might go today at 1, I might go tomorrow at 2. I might go the next day at 9. It is what it is, but when I get there, it'll get done. You feel me? Yeah, so like I said, that's where that Virgo will get irritated with that Pisces, where the Pisces isn't always in line, isn't always on schedule, isn't always on time, isn't always, you know what I mean? Just ain't always on top of it, you know what I mean? Sometimes they get lost in their clouds, sometimes they want to be, you know what I mean, out in their own way, they want to do things in their own way, you know what I mean? They want to just be in their own world. It is what it is. And that'll get to the Virgo who wants to be on schedule, wants to be on time, wants to do things in a particular way. You see what I'm saying? So that'll start to rub in the wrong way. Now the Pisces on the other hand, you know what I mean? It's vice versa. You see what I'm saying? Now what'll start to irritate them about the Virgo is that I always happen to have everything on that that nagging anxiousness that comes with a lot of Virgos. Y'all know what it is. It is what it is. Wah, 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 wah. You talking to me like I know I should have known. You will get that with a Virgo. It is what it is. Straight up. It is what it is. You feel me? So, yeah, I mean, that'll get on the Pisces nerves with all that nagging, all that trying to make sure I'm on point, trying to keep me on the schedule because you're on the schedule, trying to, you know what I mean, reel me in. Remember Neptune, Pisces, boundless, Jupiter, expansion, they all out in the world. Freedom, freeness, nebulousness, everything is everything. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to put boundaries and restrictions and time limits and specific things, and that ain't gonna work out. Like, no, bro. You're stressing me out. You're making me anxious. Now I gotta go escape again. I gotta go roll another one, fuck around with you. That's what the Pisces on. You done blew my high, bro. That's what the Pisces on. Every time Virgo come with that bullshit, bro. Did it get done or not? Don't come here stressing me about all this, bro. Did it get taken care of? The end. You feel me? Don't come over here nagging me and what I need to be doing and all this. Man, listen. You ain't even got your life right, low key. You calling me every day for support. That's what the Pisces looking at the Virgo like. You try to act like you got it all together. See, that's the thing about the Pisces. The Pisces ain't gonna perk. You feel me? If it's all over the place, it's all over the place. The Virgo gonna try to keep up that appearance. You know what I'm saying? The Virgo gonna try to, this is the earth, so they gonna try to hold it. You know what I'm saying? Be solid. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they just as all over the place as Pisces. And Pisces know that. That's why they be looking at Virgo like, bruh. You be calling me all the time with all your problems. And all these extra stuff and all these little details and all these stories. I gotta hear every detail of every story. And then I gotta reassure you, reaffirm you. And all of that. Like, bruh. But you got it all figured out, though. That's how the Pisces be looking at the Virgo, you feel me? And then the Virgo, like I told you, they be looking at the Pisces like, bruh, get it together, bruh. Just pull it together. Like, try to act like you got it together. You know, that's how the Virgo looking at the Pisces. Like, bruh, you ain't gonna try to act like you finna try to get with the program. Like, you ain't gonna act like you gonna have some type of stability, some type of, you ain't even gonna, no? Alright, cool. But like I said, yes, this can also bring them together because they understand each other. So whereas another person may not understand that a Virgo's intentions, you know what I'm saying? A Pisces can see that. So that's why when you see them, those two being friends, a Virgo and a Pisces being friends, they're coming together. I mean, they oftentimes it's based on that helping factor, that support factor that they both share. You know what I'm saying? They provide a lot of help and support for one another. And the Pisces understands the Virgo's intentions, even though a Virgo will blow it. You know what I'm saying? A Virgo will get so caught up in the details, they'll end up ruining their overall intention, but the Pisces will understand that intention. You see what I'm saying? Behind that, you see what I'm saying? And they'll be able to respect and appreciate the Virgo for that criticism, for the things that they provide. You see what I'm saying? Whereas another person will get annoyed. And then on the other side, you feel me, the Virgo can appreciate the Pisces creativity. The Virgo can appreciate the Pisces optimism. The Virgo can appreciate how Pisces, like I said in that Pisces video, you know what I mean, they can, you know what I mean, give their all and be over invested in, you know what I mean, just resolve into a situation. They can appreciate that, you see what I'm saying? They can appreciate that Pisces' good-hearted nature, you see what I'm saying? Their willingness to give and willingness to invest in people and things like that. They can appreciate that, you see what I'm saying? Whereas somebody else may take advantage of that or may try to use that. Virgo can appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? They can appreciate that nurturing energy, especially because they don't receive it. Like I said, a lot of times Virgos are taken the wrong way. So they can appreciate that nature, you know what I'm saying? They can appreciate that open-heartedness, whereas they're more critical, you know what I'm saying? They can appreciate how Pisces is more open-hearted, more willing to listen, more able to provide them with different perspectives outside of their own, because a lot of times they'll have trouble seeing outside of that. This is still the first half. You know what I'm saying? So Pisces will help them to be able to see outside of themselves when they're dealing with others and they can't figure out in their mind why this person would do that, you know, because they have trouble seeing outside of themselves. So Pisces will be able to help them with that as well, you see what I'm saying? Because the Pisces understands other people, you know, Pisces, everything is everything. So Pisces is connected with everyone, a bunch of different people, a bunch of different energies. So they can explain to a Virgo, okay, this is why you got that result from that person. Okay, this is how another person may feel. That's outside of the Virgo, because the Virgo, a lot of times, like I said, this is the first half, and it's Mercury, so they thinking so much in their head and so focused on themselves and building a foundation. You know what I'm saying? They may not necessarily be able to see another person's point of view or why another person moved the way that they did move if it's not something that they would do themselves. You know what I'm saying? Overall, you know, I always say that the signs can learn from one another. You know what I'm saying? Especially those oppositions. So, you know, a Virgo can learn how to, be more open, be more optimistic, let life flow a little bit more. That's what they can learn from the Pisces. And Pisces can learn from the Virgo how to be on task, how to bring things down in reality, how to bring those dreams down into reality, you know what I'm saying? Put them into a procedure, set up a plan to actually get those things done, you know what I'm saying? Make it concrete, you know what I'm saying? Bring it within these four walls and let it benefit you. Don't let it just be an abstract idea or thought or belief, you know what I'm saying? Bring it down to reality and let it serve you, you know what I'm saying? Don't just get lost and caught up in that, that belief, you know what I'm saying? Or that dream or that illusion, you know what I'm saying? Just bring it down to reality. Let's see how we can really implement this and get it going in the real world, you know what I'm saying? That's what they can get from Virgo. Also, how to be, have more of a, discerning eye, you see what I'm saying? Be a little bit more discerning, you see what I'm saying? Look more into things before they get into them. They can also take that from Virgo, you see what I'm saying? Well, Virgo needs to learn to open up. Pisces needs to learn how to shut down a little bit, how to have how to have more boundaries, you see what I'm saying? How to, control what energies, you have in and out your life, you see what I'm saying? And be critical of others, you see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Or things won't get better, you see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now what a Gemini can learn from a Sagittarius, you feel me, is, don't talk about it, be about it. That's the best way I can put it, you feel me? That's what the Gemini can learn from the Sagittarius. Don't talk about it, be about it. Actually get out here and do it, you feel me? Put up or shut up, you feel me? It ain't always about talking, it ain't always about moving in and out of situation, it ain't always about talking your way into something, it ain't always about how much you know. It's not always about that. It's not always about how much information you can provide. It's not always about your ideas or your thinking abilities. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes people need to see action from you. Sometimes people need to see you actually doing what it is. You know, they're applying the information. You see what I'm saying? Don't just have the information applied. People need to actually see that from you. You see what I'm saying? Don't just keep talking. You see what I'm saying? Don't just keep showing people how much you know. Actually apply it. Get out here and do it. Show me you really about that. You see what I'm saying? And really see if that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? Really see if what you read is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Get out here and do it and see if that's really what it is, or if it's just something that a motherfucker wrote one day. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, get out here and experience it, you feel me? Don't just become sitting by yourself thinking in your head and coming up with different ideas and concepts and not applying them and not utilizing them and not seeing if that's really what it is, you feel me? Don't get so caught up in the details that you don't actually end up doing anything, you see what I'm saying? And with the Sagittarius can learn from the Gemini is actually learn your craft, learn, you see what I'm saying? Actually learn your craft, actually invest in your craft, actually take the time, because a lot of times the Sagittarius don't take the time. It's not that they can't, it's not that they can't learn it, it's not that they can't do whatever, they just don't take the time, because this is fire, you see what I'm saying? So what they can learn from the Gemini is just to take the time to really get into those details, you see what I'm saying? Take the time to really learn what every little piece is on that engine, you see what I'm saying? Take the time to know who built that engine, where it came from, what's the history behind. You just have to take the time to really invest in what you're doing. Don't just see how big you can do it. Don't just get good at one thing and see how big you can do it and then be spreading it and you don't even really know what it is, you see what I'm saying? And take the time to go back and do do your Googles. It is what it is. And be spreading knowledge and beliefs that you're truly invested in. Be spreading knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Be teaching things that you really have a whole grasp on. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to just, picking up on something and, going with it and running with it. You see what I'm saying? Really sit down and buckle down and learn what it is that you're doing. Really get in tune with what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you kick back with some of my other videos. Let me know what you think down below. Come on with it.